Open Cluster Management Community Meetings. Today we'll be talking about the 0.7.0 release. Yuan, do you want to drive the release discussion first, and then we can discuss more in details?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mike. Thanks everyone for attending this meeting. Yeah, 0.7.0 release have 1 week delay, so we plan to release it in April 1st. So that will be next Friday. And I just went through all the projects before the meeting, and it seems most of them have been done. For some ones that was planned but haven't finished all the parts, we have split into different steps and move the delayed ones to next release. And for some ones still in progress, I think the dev work has done and still on the testing. So we hope to wrap up all those work by next week, and we will cut branch this time. So the new features for next release can be continued. Any specific issues we want to discuss here, or did we miss anyone new features in this list?
I tried to add an app release, but it doesn't show up on the on this project. I'm not sure because the filter, or does it have to be the issue has to be under the community?
Yeah.
Because for example, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I created a new field release. New field named release, and you have to type it with current version. It can be filtered out. I try to use milestones, but for some repos, I don't have the permission to set the correct milestones for them. So I have to manually create one field. So maybe.
I see. We can talk more about it offline then. It's just a matter of showing it here or not. Other than that, I think there was a discussion in the community regarding culling a release branch. I think QJang want us in the previous releases. We just tagged. I think we just create a release tag, but we never create a release branch. I'm wondering if anyone have any opinion about that. Min Kim, do you want to talk a little bit about that? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Hey, yeah. Actually, this is proposed by me because currently we don't have a downstream build pipeline in Alibaba. So we already landed on to 0.6.0 release, but we're seeing some compatibility issues in v0.1 beta 1 CSR APIs because we have some older clusters that doesn't support v1 CSRs. For example, as for the compatibility for v1 beta 1 CSR API, we already merged that PR into the main branch, but I try to run the test on. I try to pick the PR onto 0.6 release and run all the tests, but I can't find the release branch. So my intention is not to merge the PRs into the release branch. It's just run all the tests to verify if the picked community is working. So yeah.
I think when we do this new release 0.7, I don't think there has been any objection from the community that we're gonna cut a new release branch. But what do you think about the old releases? Should we cut a release branch for them as well, or just leave it?
We can. I'm not sure about that because No, I think we do need some release branch for all the releases, because they are, but because we are lagging back OCM communities for about 3 months. So I can see in a period of time we cannot land it onto the latest release. That is the 0.7.0. So if we see some other issues or bug fixes, we're happy to pick that to submit changes to the release branch. Some of the
I see.
bug fixes may not be needed on the main branch.
Okay, I see. Should we create an issue on the community or on the OCM to capture this work? I don't think there's an issue that you opened yet, right? You just started a discussion in
Yeah.
the Kubernetes. Okay, then I'll create an issue on the either the community or the OCM repo.
Yeah.
As for going back to the releases, there's actually, I just noticed there were 2 in progress. App policy set use case. I think this, especially the 26 cluster-led add-on framework for GRC managed cluster component, that's something that the community is kind of interested in. Matt or Dale, do you want to talk a little bit about that? Do you think it'll make the 0.7 release, which is I think next Friday?
Yeah, I don't think it will, unfortunately. It's a stretch goal of ours, but it's not looking likely for the 0.7 release.
Okay. What about the add policy set to the policy framework?
That will be done. Yep. We have just a
Oh.
couple more changes we need to push upstream.
Okay. Do we have a representative from the foundation? Oh, Q Chang, you're here. Q Chang.
Yeah,
Are there anything
Michael,
you want to sorry.
Michael, so before to get started, maybe let me demo how to add your issues to this release dashboard, so everyone can add their issues here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, can I see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, since for the milestones, not everyone has permission to add or change, so I manually created this one. So usually if you want to add a new, you just remove the original filter here, and so it will show the issues that linked to this project. And you manually edit one, like for this one, if you type it with the 0.80, it will be showing in this one automatically. And after you manually change your own one, and you add a filter here, filter by so it will hidden all the non-related issues. So in this way, everyone can add your own issues to this release, and just ensure your issues is added to this OCM release project. It will be automatically shown here. Okay.
Thank you.
By the way, regarding the permission issue of placing issues into the milestone in Kubernetes, I'm not sure if it's supported in OCM, but in Kubernetes we can talk to the robot by command like /milestone blah blah blah. Then the robots will automatically put the issues into the milestone. That doesn't need any additional permissions.
Okay, great idea. I will take a look at that one. Thanks.
Q Chang, were you present when we briefly talked about the release branch, culling the release branch for the existing releases?
Yeah, I don't have a presentation, but so I discussed with Ming on that, and I also saw some issues in the operator repo. That, for example, we have an issue on the 0.6 release, and we fix it in the next on the main, but we cannot tag that because there's already some commit in that. So we cannot cherry pick because we don't have a release branch. So that makes us in a very awkward situation. Like if we want to fix on a release branch, that is very hard. So I'm thinking whether we should start to cut the release branch for each release. So that we can make some fix on the release branch or cherry pick some fix on the release branch. So my thought is that maybe we don't need to make it too complicated. Like we need to tag for each repo. For example, we don't need to when we have 0.7 and we don't need every repo to have 0.71, but only for those has a certain fix. And we don't need to build every images in the release branch, just build the image that with certain tag. So release branch is just to help us to make some ZStream images, tag some images and put some cherry pick fix on that repos. So I want to know whether it makes sense. Any concern or questions on this?
So what do you think is the recommended life cycle of publishing the patch release? Is it on demand or periodically?
I think we might want to on demand at first. I don't know whether there will be many, but maybe we start with on demand patch release.
Yeah, agreed.
We can practice, for example, like in 0.8, we do some practice and see how it goes.
Are we not going to cut the release branch for 0.7? I think the consensus seems to be okay.
Yeah, I think we probably can cut the release branch for 0.7.
I think the consensus seems to be we'll be cutting release branch from the future on, from the current release and the future releases. But I think my concern was the past releases. How far do we have to go in terms of cutting release branch? Since we have, I think, 6 releases, maybe some repo only have 3 or 4. Do we create a release branches for all of them?
I think we don't. So to my understanding, I think we don't cut branch for the old release. We just start from 0.7. So for 0.6, we just leave as it is, and starting from 0.7, we're starting to cut release branch. Does that make sense? Oh.
I think Min, you wanted the 0.6 release branch at least, right? Could you talk a little?
Yes. Yeah, in the foreseeable future. Yeah. Because I think we're gonna land down to the 7 release in after about 3 months, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we need the quality control.
So should we do a release on 0.6 as well, Kushan? We don't do a 4.5 in the previous one, but just 0.6. And of course the 0.7 and 0.8.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that should be fine.
Okay, I'll create an issue to capture this work then. I think that is mostly the topic today.
I have
And
add another topic about the two issues of onboarding two repos. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. Oh yeah, it's here. Can I share my screen?
please.
Yeah, so I think there are two issues. One is this one. So basically these two issues is all about onboarding new repos in the OCM. So I want to take a review on this and to see any concern, any objections, any suggestions, and for each of these issues. The first one is Helm charts. Ming, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. By the way, we have a new member in this meeting, Juying Lin from Microsoft. I think I see you in the attendee list. Juying, do you wanna have a brief introduction to about yourself to us?
Yeah, thank you, Ming. So hello everyone, this is Jing. I just joined Microsoft from last week. Yeah, before I worked in Google for more than 4 years. I'm happy to join the community and contribute to this repo. Yeah, glad to meet with you guys.
Thank you. Because Lin in the other days, Lin investigated into how to integrate Azure Blob Storage with GitHub Actions so that we can have an automated chart repo. I think previously Mike also demoed how to set up the automated workflow to submit Helm charts by the repo. And I think we are basically following that demo to manage that repo. And in the starting phase, I think the repo is managed by each repo owner submitting the Helm charts, the tar GZA archive files as a PR against the repo, and the repo owner or in release manager merges that, which triggers the GitHub action to consistently upload the Helm charts to remote blob storage on Azure. So I think that's basically how the repo is working. But ideally, I think in the end, the repo should be automated by, for example, and each repo owners can simply pushing a tag to the repos, then everything can be automated in the background. That's the ideal pattern, but currently I didn't figure out how to achieve that. But we can start by just submitting the tar.gz archive files manually.
Yeah, I think
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I think so the plan, I think in this Helm chart repo will include all the Helm charts, like all the add-on Helm charts, and maybe we will develop a Helm charts for the registration and work, and also put in that. I think is that plan, I think.
Yeah, and that will also move the add-on Helm charts. Two of them are under OCM organization, and the other one is under Kubivela community. And I think I've also I'm happy to manage the add-on Helm charts to the repo.
Yeah. So actually, we also can use that to host some Helm charts that maybe some code is not here, but I mean, the image we can still use that to hold a Helm chart.
Just to clarify, so the idea here is to have official Helm charts to deploy all of OCM, including add-ons. The reason why I'm clarifying is that the policy add-on decomposition work or the policy add-on controller that we mentioned we probably wouldn't be able to hit for 0.7 would be affected by this. It's just a slightly different strategy. So just looking for clarification.
For now, I'm not sure if there is currently Helm charts from the policy framework, but I was looking for that in the other week, but I didn't find the Helm chart. But if there is any, I think we can put that into the Helm chart repo.
Yeah, there aren't any right now, but the idea is that we would be writing Helm charts and then having a controller on the hub be able to distribute that to be applied to the managed clusters. But if we're taking a different approach where we're directly applying Helm charts on the managed clusters, we'll just adjust to be consistent with the rest of the community.
Yeah, so for the things to deploy on the managed cluster, I think we're still using the add-on mechanism. So the Helm chart here is basically how you deploy the controllers on the hub.
Got it. Okay.
The agent should be installed automatically deployed by the add-on manager. So I think the hub admin doesn't need to worry about how to install the agents. It should be automated by the manager.
Okay, yeah, and that's what our expectation was. I'd misunderstood the discussion on this issue, so thought we were maybe going a different way. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, it can be kind of confused because in the add-on framework we support converting a Helm chart of the add-on agent into the as a add-on. But actually we don't require that the add-on agents can be in any form. But we're just managing the add-on managers, the components in the hub cluster to be Helm charts.
Okay, so any other concern or comments on this?
Lin has already prepared the credentials to upload the Helm charts. So I think everything is good is all set before we initiate the repo.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I think for this one it's good to go. I will create a repo tomorrow for the S1. And another one is the governance policy add-on controller repo. Not sure Dale is here or not.
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, hi. Yeah, so would you like to describe a little bit on this? And
Sure. This is the repo that would host the add-on controller for policy that we've been talking about. Is the short gist. So it would be a controller that would be deployed on the hub, and it would distribute the add-ons to the managed clusters.
okay. So any questions for this one? I think we also have an enhancement proposal for this one. But I think it's fine if we create a repo at first. Any?
I noticed that the policy propagator is not included in the head-on. Is that intended?
It is. So I think it's a case of kind of overloading the word add-on. So the propagator is specifically a hub component. So it would be deployed, for example, if you ran the cluster ADM install add-on command, it would install this controller along with the propagator, and those are specifically for the hub. And then this controller would manage distributing the policy framework to managed clusters. Does that?
Yeah. Thank you for clarification. I'm looking forward to trying it.
Great.
Okay. Any other comments?
I guess.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. The one thing, so kind of related to the word add-on, we were wondering. I have a PR up to add the cluster ADM command, which basically to install the policy framework to the hub. And as we were considering it, that we use the word add-on for both managed and hub, and we were wondering about. I'm thinking about submitting a PR to rename that command to install hub add-on, just to make it a little bit clearer. Would
Yeah, I think I think that's a good point. Actually, because we are going to have a Helm chart, I'm thinking whether we still need that install command or we just document that for the hub part. You can use Helm to install the controller. And for the add-on part, you use class ADM to enable the add-on on cluster. Will that be much helpful or easier to understand? Or do you think that we still need an install command in the class ADM? The problem for me I see in the class ADM install command is that we have to put all the manifests for each different add-ons into the class ADM, and it will become very hard to maintain in the future.
Yeah, that bothered me when I was working on it because I was seeing it as, like you said, just another piece that we had to figure out how to maintain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if the cluster, well, even if the cluster ADM could wrap Helm and point to the chart repo,
Yeah.
I think that would be a great way to do it.
Yeah, because from a user experience, I wouldn't want to run a bunch of cluster admin commands, and then I have to run a Helm install, and then come back and run another cluster admin command. It seems a little awkward. So, so I think we might want to still keep the cluster admin install command, but if we can do it through a wrapper, like what Dale suggested, that would be great.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, I can create the issue for that.
On the topic of cluster admin, lately I've been getting issue from the community where someone wants cluster admin in it, and then the placement API is still on the alpha, I think. And I noticed the cluster admin version is different from our OCM release version. I think it's on like point 1, 0.1.1. So I'm wondering, when we release the 0.7 release, are we going to release another cluster admin so that it's compatible with our placement API?
Yeah, we will do that. I think maybe we release 0.2. I'm not sure
Okay.
Ming's opinion on that. Do you think that should be 0.12 or 0.2? Maybe we can discuss it later.
No, I have no preference in either name. I think
Okay.
both works for me.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all I have.
Okay. Yeah, so if there's no other comments on this one, I think, yeah, I will create these two repos tomorrow. So yeah, and so I ask each one about the owners, so I will add owners files for each repo. Thank you. I think that's all.
Okay, we're 2 minutes over. Are there any other issues anyone want to bring up? If not, thank you everyone for coming. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.